G'day, welcome, I'm Steve Hay and welcome to the wonderful world of woodworking with Carbotech. Today we're going to be covering veneering. You can use whatever knives. This particular blade I've got in this knife, they don't make this knife anymore. This one is absolutely gorgeous to use. It's a Swiss made chip carving knife, and again it is beautiful for cutting veneers. It's a nice knife to hold, and it will give you a lovely, lovely cut. I have seen people use X-Acto knives. I'm not a fan of them. I've got one over there. The one I really encourage you not to use is the snap blades. You know, you can buy them and they're the retractable blade and they've got segments. The reason being, and it's happened to me, it wasn't mine, it was someone else's, and the blade wasn't particularly sharp. We were cutting something that took a little bit more pressure than normal, and the blade actually broke off and flew and just hit me in the cheek. So don't like those. Not a fan of the Stanley knife for delicate work like this. The Stanley knife will work, but really keep that for your linoleum. What is the stuff? Linoleum. What's it called? Oh, I don't know. You know the stuff I mean. You put it down on the floor. Or cutting cork tiles, or cutting, wall sheets or paneling or something like that. Because that's what they're good for. But if you really want to do veneer, I mean, you wouldn't want a surgeon to come in and start hacking into you with a pair of gardening shears or something like that. Much the same. If you're going to do veneer, you need to have a delicate touch. The other thing you can use are scalpels. Number one, scalpels are very good. Personally, again, I don't like them because for me it's too thin. I've got big hands. I like to feel as if I've actually got hold of something, not something small. But I know a lot of people that do use scalpels. If you're cutting up big bits of plywood, veneer, use a pair of scissors. Provided it's not your final cut, it'll cut quite nicely. But for your final bits, I would recommend you to use a knife. Sometimes it's not nice. This is Cranky Jarrah. We'll have a look, see. Okay. Right there, it tore it away. That's why I'm saying I wouldn't use it as a final cut, but if you just want to get down to a, say I just want something that size, I can just cut that, and then I've got the piece I want, I can then work with, and this stuff gets discarded, or in my case, that'll go in the bin because it's a nasty little bit of Jarrah. But if it was a nice piece, I put it in one of my boxes that I then use for marquetry down the track. Using a knife is the best way, I find, for getting a nice straight edge. But you can also plane it. Same as ordinary timber. You look at the growth, the direction of the grain, it's going that way, so I'm going to plane this way. So you just put it between two bits of timber, put it in the vise, and then we just plane away. And then when you take those two pieces out, put them together. There you go. And they're nice and straight.